Before we go any further, just want to say today's video is going to be brought to you by Fandomion. If you want to buy some really awesome anime merch from My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, and Haiku, and so many other anime, I recommend using my link in the description box to check them out, and there's free worldwide shipping on orders over $39. You'll also get an additional 5% off using my promo code down below. For any of you guys who might be interested or on the fence, I highly recommend checking out their website. Pay attention to the size chart. That'll be the biggest thing I would tell you guys. But with that being said, though, let's jump back into today's video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Naruto Next Generation discussion on the fallout from Boruto Chapter 79. And today I want to take a look at something that one of my patrons hit me up in regards to Sarada Uchiha, which is the fact that they watched the video where I listed out all the pros and cons to Sarada leaving with Boruto versus staying in the village itself. And they brought up a few things that they believe are ultimately pointing in the direction of Sarada leaving the village with Boruto in the coming chapters that we have. So as we all know, Sarada is currently immune to Ada's Shinjutsu Omnipotence, and she currently has all of her memories of who Boruto is and what really happened to Naruto and Hinata, which is that it wasn't Boruto who killed Naruto and Hinata like the rest of the world believed. They say while it's possible that Sarada does pretend to be affected by the Shinjutsu and gather intel on how to disrupt it, they think the more likely route is that Sarada is going to find a way to use Sasuke, assuming that Sasuke's even affected, to use his Sharingan to look back at her memories to show him that she's telling the truth, which when you combine that with Boruto being in possession of Sasuke's headband, that will be enough for Sasuke to realize that there's some Otsutsuki trickery going on and cause the three of them to leave the village together. However, they believe that Sakura won't be going with them because of one of the anime openings which showed Sarada looking at Sakura's back, and another opening that showed Sarada looking up at a giant explosion of light that's being reflected in her Sharingan, which we now know to be Ada's Omnipotence Jutsu being casted. So when we start off with the big elephant in the room, Momoshiki did say that those who are immune to the Omnipotence Jutsu are going to be the ones who suffer the most while it's in effect, and for Sarada, she's in a lose-lose situation either way, because if she leaves the village, it's going to be a painful experience for her, and if she stays in the village, it's going to be even more painful for her as well, because it means staying in the village and pretending to be someone who she isn't, all while knowing that Ada could be watching her with her Sharingan and that she can't afford to slip up, or else she could be found out and killed. That one detail is the one thing that does make me pause and even consider the rogue ninja element, because we clearly saw Sarada in a situation where Sumire had to take charge, and that had to happen for a reason when they were dealing with Ada. Sarada was growing super uncomfortable with acting like she was under Ada's spell and the pressure that came with it, and Sumire had to step in with Sarada and told her to calm down, but Sumire played that role to a T without Ada even realizing it, because that's what Sumire was literally made for. Her father was a higher up in Danzo's root organization, and she was trained from a young age to destroy the Leaf Village from within. She hid her intentions in a way where it took even the experienced Jonin like Sai several months to even catch on to the truth behind her actions, and that was only because near the end she acted boldly and big in a way because she was getting very close to launching the New Way attack, so she didn't have to be as careful. So she had to give up some of her ground in order to act and launch her attack. In this scenario, Sumire, who is likely immune, would do better working alone than having to worry about if Sarada's cracked or not. One protects Boruto from within the village, i.e. Sumire, and the other one protects Boruto from outside the village, i.e. Sarada. Now, looking at the points that my patron said, their belief is that Sarada gets to Sasuke. That's not crazy in my opinion. We've already seen that Ada's Sharingan, the more that we get further away from her debut, the more we see that there are limitations to it in terms of what she can see. When Momoshiki stopped time, something that Sasuke confirmed way back that Momoshiki could actually stop time, she wasn't able to see the conversation that Momoshiki had with Boruto. There are workarounds that a dojutsu itself can exploit, as we saw with Kawaki shrinking down via the Sukuna Hikona, which allowed him to escape because Ada couldn't see where he was until he resized himself. When you look at the idea of Sarada speaking to Sasuke via the Sharingan, there is one way way that that could actually work, and the idea I'm suggesting actually has some precedent to it. So remember how the Yamanaka clan's hidden jutsu, the telepathy jutsu, allowed them to communicate without Ada being able to listen in or even be aware of what actually is happening? The Sharingan Kekkei Genkai can't do that specifically, but we have seen the Sharingan be able to cast a genjutsu where the caster is able to speak to the target. Itachi did this to Naruto during the Itachi Pursuit arc. Itachi used this against Sasuke before they had their real fight in Naruto volumes 42 and 43. Itachi used genjutsu to flood Sasuke with memories when he was in Edo Tensei. Sasuke was shown being skilled enough with genjutsu to read through the memories of a person. In the Sasuke Book of Sunrise story, which actually got adapted into the Naruto Shippuden anime as one of the first stories that took place after the war arc itself, this method requires Sarada to use the Sharingan's power of the Eye of Insight in a way that we know is possible, but we haven't seen Sarada herself use it in this way, so we can't say definitively that it's beyond our skill, which means at the end of the day it's something that's possible because we don't know how far Sarada's Sharingan's advanced with that 3 tomo in the manga. To Ada, when she does use her Sharingan, Sarada and Sasuke would just be viewed as staring at each other for a few moments, something that we know would bore a character like Ada because she has a short attention span. She wouldn't be privy to the conversation going on via that genjutsu due to the way that genjutsu works. Ada's chakra wouldn't be manipulated. Only the person who's placed under the genjutsu would actually be manipulated, therefore only they would know what's going on. That would be something that works, and honestly, because she's already attempted to stop Mitsuki from killing Boruto, who everyone believed actually killed the 7th Hokage, she's already run the risk of being viewed as a traitor. If there's even the smallest chance she could have her memories, Kawaki wouldn't hesitate to kill her. Leaving the village might be her only path forward, which is why we could see her gamble with telling Sasuke the truth in a way that only Sasuke could verify. A genjutsu to speak with Sasuke in only a few moments in the real world, and the same with Sasuke turning things around to read her memories. The Sharingan can go through years worth of memories in only a few seconds. This would line up with what we've seen so far, which is that Boruto is now taking a bumpier road in order to reach his goal. Sarada right now has a goal that is parallel to Boruto. Boruto wants to be the Shadow Hokage. Sarada wants to be the Hokage. There is no one set path towards being Hokage. Sarada taking a bumpier road to get there isn't the craziest thing, because as we learned before via the Kakashi Gaiden story, with it being the most famous example of this, rules are meant to be broken when it comes to saving comrades. In a way, she's embodying the very spirit of her idol Naruto, who said that someone who can't save a friend can't be Hokage, and embodying the very spirit of Obito, who before he was corrupted refused to turn his back on comrades in need, even if it meant breaking the rules. That brings us to the Sakura aspect of this. Sasuke knows his wife better than anyone. She's mentally tough enough to handle the presumed reality that her husband and daughter have left the village, and any crazy things that might be getting spun by Kawaki and Ada, potentially with them even saying Sasuke helped Boruto and Sarada kill Naruto. It's that one instance where Sakura's ignorance of the truth might be what actually keeps her alive, because when Ada looks with her Sharingan, she won't see anything that gives away Sakura being unaffected or knowing the truth of being communicated with by Sasuke. Sakura would also know that for her husband to leave the village with her daughter and Boruto, that something would actually be wrong, especially if there are crazy things being said about Sasuke that don't sound in character, because everyone thinks that Boruto killed Naruto, who just happens to be Sakura's husband's best friend. Sakura would definitely have her concerns, but she's shown before she will blindly put faith in Sasuke's actions as well, and given the strong bond that the two of them have, there's a chance that Sakura knows more to the situation, but Sasuke has a reason for not telling her the truth, and Sakura would be able to see that that's the case. I can see why my patron looks at this and says that it makes more sense narratively for Boruto and Sarada to leave together. Sarada is Sasuke's thumbscrew when you really think about it, and the one person who could get a bloodlust at Sasuke to stop and listen to reason. We saw this in Naruto Gaiden when she was able to make Sasuke go from being a cold-hearted killer to hesitating to kill a Shin clone, all because Sarada called out his name. So it is something that's possible. Sarada currently has a goal to reach an Otsutsuki level of power so she can fight alongside Boruto and Sasuke. When we factor in the anime, he's technically fought against more Otsutsuki than Naruto. So the idea that he's able to train the two of them up during the time skip is not the craziest idea. Sasuke literally knows the level of power that his daughter is trying to reach, and he's the one who could guide
guide her to that point, and he's literally the best person to train her to maximize her Sharingan. Sumire staying behind keeps the whole task of bringing down Ada if she becomes a threat to the village. It keeps that plot line going, so I'm not really mad at that suggestion either. This could be a good path for Sarada to prove that she's worthy of being the next Hokage after Naruto. While everyone thought that Naruto was dead, she would be the one who was willing to bear the hate of the village to do the right thing by assisting Boruto, who is public enemy number 1, and come back to the village, finding a way to unseal Naruto. Sarada won't ever be mistaken for the one who's recognized to have the overwhelming power that saves the village, but by saving the Hokage and walking this road, it's something that could work and give her enough ground to stand on in order to become the first Uchiha to become Hokage. I like the suggestion a lot. I'm not even gonna cap, man. You've actually pushed me to being more solidly in the camp that Sarada should leave with Boruto. That being said, I'm curious to know how you guys feel about this, and most importantly, I'm curious to know how long do you guys give it before Konohamaru gets killed, because we all know Konohamaru ain't worth much of anything right now.